أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحج أشهر معلومات، فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج، وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله، وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى، واتقون يا أولي الألباب. صدق الله العظيم. Verse 197 of Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Al-Hajj ashhurun ma'lumat. That the Hajj, the days of Hajj or the Ihram of Hajj can be done in ashhurun ma'lumat, that there are specified months for this. The Hajj, the ibadah of Hajj before this, the hukum was Atimmul Hajj wal Umrah lillah. That complete, that once a person has the ihram of Hajj or Umrah, then they should complete it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that ayat was completed. Now over here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala specifically for Hajj and not Umrah is mentioning that the Hajj can be done at a specific time, or the days of Hajj, the ayam of Hajj and the months of Hajj are a specific days. Unlike Umrah, which can be done throughout the year, whenever it may be, a person can perform the Umrah. And as far as the Hajj is concerned, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made them specific months. So as soon as inshallah Ramadan will be completed, then after that the month of Shawwal starts, and from there the Ashhurul Hajj start. The months of Hajj start from there all the way until the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. So until the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, starting from the 1st of Shawwal, meaning the day of Eid, from all the way until the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, these will be considered the months of Hajj. So Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, and first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Al-Hajju ashhurun ma'lumat, that the Hajj are known months. So what does it mean? No one goes for Hajj, or no one does any arkan of Hajj during Shawwal, for example. So what would be the fa'idah, what would be the benefit of saying that Shawwal is part of the Ashhurul Hajj? That what this hukum is that a person can start their ihram from these times. The ihram of Hajj. The ihram of Hajj can be done from Shawwal, from the 1st of Shawwal. So a person intending to perform Hajj, the earliest that they should start would be from the 1st of Shawwal. Al-Hajju ashhurun ma'lumat. فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ الْحَجَّ. In these days, whoever makes it fard upon themselves, يعني by having the intention of ihram, or a person puts on the ihram, a person has the intention of ihram and says the talbiyah labbaik, فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ الْحَجَّ. Whoever makes Hajj fard upon themselves, then they should stay away from the following three things. فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج. رفث, number 1, فسوق, number 2, جدال في الحج, number 3. These three things cannot be done, or a person should stay away from the following three things. What are these three? The very first one being رفث. فلا رفث. رفث refers to any sexual relations or things leading to that, kissing, caressing, or even talks of it. So any cohibition, any things, any steps which lead up to that, or even any talks of that. So none of these three things will be permissible once a person is in the state of ihram. Person is in the state of ihram, then these things will become impermissible. So فلا رفث ولا فسوق. Fusuq, many of us have, this will be the jam', the plural of fisq. Fusuq refers to two tafsirs. Either one referring to all impermissible acts, that when a person is in the state of ihram, even more the reason that they should stay away from it. The ayah is saying that there's no fusuq, there's no sinning, there's no committing crimes against the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well, that's for anyone and everyone, correct? Whether a person is in the state of ihram or not. But when the person is in the state of ihram, then these things become even more abhorred. Just like as we say when a person is fasting, right? When a person is fasting, it was impermissible to do ghibah before that. To backbite is always impermissible. To cheat is always impermissible. To swear, to hurt others, that's always impermissible. That's forbidden. But what if someone is in the state of sawm? A person is fasting. So now it becomes even worse. That person should be adopting taqwa at this time. Your sawm should be leading to taqwa and consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How is it possible that this person is engaging in more forbidden acts? Or sometimes we say that today, today's the day of Jumu'ah, or you're in the masjid, brother. Sometimes someone is acting out of line, so but you're in the masjid. So what does that mean? Outside of the masjid, you can continue doing whatever you are? No. Where a person is, certain times and certain places have more virtue. So a person should act accordingly. So like that, the person who is in the state of ihram, he has made this declaration, a person saying, Labbaik, that Ya Allah, I am answering your call. Ya Allah, I am answering your call. And after that person commits such acts, that becomes even worse. So wala fusuq, one is either the general meaning that all impermissible things. Other mufassirun say that fusuq refers to those 6 things which are impermissible whilst a person is in the state of ihram. Things which are impermissible whilst a person is in the state of ihram. What are those? The very first, as we mentioned, any sexual relationships and things of that nature. Number 2, for a person to remove any bodily hair or clip their nails. Or number 3, to apply any type of fragrance. Number 4, for a person to hunt any land animals. And for a person as we said, to hunt any land animals, to apply any fragrance, and to cover one's head or face. So these things become impermissible. And the 6th meaning wearing any stitched clothing. So these are the 6 things which are impermissible whilst a person is in the state of ihram. Now all of these 6 things which we mentioned, outside of the state of ihram, they are permissible. These are all mubah things. These are permissible things a person can do. To wear stitched clothing, we're all wearing stitched clothing. These things are permissible outside of ihram. But once a person is in the state of ihram, then these 6 things also become impermissible. You can liken it to your fasting. That it's not impermissible to drink water, but once a person is in the state of fasting, now is it permissible? Then it's not permissible. So like that, wearing stitched clothing outside is permissible. But a person who is in the state of ihram, for example, to wear stitched clothing will not be permissible. So wala fusuq, according to some mufassirun mentioned, will mean those things which a person is not to do in the state of ihram for one to engage in any of these acts. Wala jidala fil hajj. Jidal means any quarreling, any arguing, any types of fights. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now notice that the Quran Kareem doesn't say that do not do this, do not do this. There's no nahi prohibition used. That many times, for example, there's 2 ways of saying something. One is that do not commit this act. Another way is how the Quran over here is saying that there is no act whatsoever of this nature. There's 2 different things. One is that the Quran over here says La rafath wa la fusuq, that there is no such thing as rafath, there's no such thing as transgression, there's no such thing as quarreling when a person is in the state of ihram. Versus if the Quran was just to say do not do this and this and this, do not do these 3 things. The Mufassirun mentioned that the reason why the Quran Kareem used this style over here is to emphasize this fact, that forget telling someone or prohibiting someone from doing it, فَلَا رَفَثْ لَا فُسُوقٍ, don't even think about it. There is no way this can even happen. And there is no way this should even cross your mind. Imagine that these things do not even exist. Think that these things are not in your dictionary. You don't even know about these things. That's how the approach should be. فَلَا رَفَثْ وَلَا فُسُوقٍ وَلَا جِدَالٍ فِي الْحَجِّ, that there's no quarreling, there's no arguing fil hajj when a person is going for hajj. Now these were prohibitions and things which a person should not do. Then وَمَا تَفْعَلُ مِنْ خَيْرٍ يَعْلَمُهُ اللَّهُ. Obviously, alhamdulillah, people go for the trip of hajj for this great ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever good that they do, whether it's in the hajj or outside of the hajj, يَعْلَمُهُ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows of it. وَمَا تَفْعَلُ مِنْ خَيْرٍ, and there's also an indication and also targhib and encouragement towards a person's ikhlas, that a person is going for hajj not to show others. A person will perform tawaf and sa'i, all of these great acts, not to show others. Rather, a person does it for who? يَعْلَمُهُ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows of it. Maybe you went at a time where no one else in your camp, in your group, no one was doing tawaf at that time. Now there's no point that a person comes back and says, MashaAllah, that was the best tawaf. That wasn't the best tawaf. The point is to tell everyone, hey, everyone was sleeping, I was doing tawaf over there. That was the greatest 2 rak'ats I ever prayed in the haram. Why do you have to tell everyone you prayed 2 rak'ats in the haram? So that's the point is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يعلمه. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows of it. وَمَا تَفْعَلُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ يَعْلَمُهُ اللَّهُ. وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. Now, this part of the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran Kareem is rectifying an incorrect act that many people in the Jahiliyyah used to do. They say that we are going for the safar, the travel of Hajj, and we have full tawakkul upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are going for this great ibadah, hence we will make no preparations for it. We will not take our own food, we will not take our own clothing, we will, whatever, as we go along, we'll figure it out somehow, or people will take care of us. Meaning that is what would end up happening. That person becomes a burden upon someone else. Yeah, when other people see that this person is going for Hajj and they have nothing, obviously they will feel merciful and try to help you out. But a person shouldn't make it like that type of situation. Why? One, it becomes a burden upon themselves and upon others also. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَتَزَوَّدُوا, that take your zad. Zad meaning whatever things, necessary things a person needs for their travel. So in each time, in each era, in each place, it will depend on that. So a person shouldn't say, I have tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I won't take any extra cash, for example. That as I go along, this is either I will use other people's money, or somehow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of ghaib will assist me, or that I won't take enough pairs of clothing, for example. Whatever it may be, that things that a person needs, a person should make that preparation. But after a person makes preparations, whatever a person is able to do, then a person says tawakkaltu ala Allah, and then whatever happens, and it is obviously in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept a sunnah in this world. The sunnah of Allah in this world means what? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept a system in this world. That things work with a system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you drink, then your thirst will be quenched. A person won't say that in iftar time, alhamdulillah, I have all the nuraniyat, now I don't need to drink water for the rest of the day. You'll become dehydrated. Rather, that means a person is testing the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which it becomes even worse. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that you have to drink in order to stay hydrated. You have to eat in order for your back to stay straight. So a person shouldn't try to test the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَتَزَوَّدُوا, that person should make their due preparations. Now, as a person makes the preparations, the physical things a person gathers, most people, alhamdulillah, already do that. Now the Quran Kareem is reminding, فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى, the greatest zad, the greatest preparation that you should be making is that of taqwa. That if a person is going for the safar of Hajj, for the travel of Hajj, now you should also start taking the steps of adopting more taqwa in your life. They don't say that, oh no, once I go, many people say this, but once we go for Hajj, then inshallah our entire life will change. Many people go and they come back the same. Why? Because those preparations were not made. Because a person didn't have the right mindset. So if a person is going for the travel of Hajj, a person is about to take this auspicious ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then the greatest preparation for a person to do is adopting their own taqwa and trying to work towards that from now. وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى وَاتَّقُونِي, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying that have my taqwa, have my consciousness, Ya ulil albab, those that keep intellect. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take all of us for this great ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from everyone. Wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillah rabbil alameen.